In today's video, we are going to be doing some meal planning and meal prepping. I'm going to show you how I create a meal plan for the week and how I use that to make grocery shopping super easy. I basically have a little 3-step system that makes it to where I can actually be very consistent with meal planning. It saves me time and money, but it also means that I'm not eating the same thing over and over because it's very easy to get stuck in a food rut. So if you guys have been looking for some easy meal planning tips, this is the video for you. I'm also sharing some fun home updates and some easy recipes throughout this video, so I hope you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. Good morning, guys. Today we're going to talk a little bit about meal planning. I do have a very flexible way of doing it. I'm not super rigid. There's a lot of wiggle room in my meal plan, and so that's why I wanted to share it with you. So I have it down to kind of like a 3-step system. Step 1 is inventory and inspo. Step 2 is the meal plan, and step 3 is grocery shopping. I first start by just taking literally 1 minute, going into my kitchen and just familiarizing myself with what I actually have on hand. I go through the fridge and I look at what produce needs to be used up. I look and see what condiments I'm low on, what pantry staples and spices that I may be running low on, and I just jot it down either on a notes app on my phone or on a piece of paper, and that's all I do. It takes about a minute, and doing that step I think is so important because it prevents overbuying, and it also means that I use up the food that I buy instead of it getting pushed to the back of the fridge or pushed to the back of the cupboards and kind of going bad or being forgotten about and eventually expiring. Doing this one little step first thing before you start a new meal plan really does make a huge difference. The next part of that is inspo. So I get cozy, I get a cup of coffee, or if it's later in the day, I have some herbal tea or a glass of wine. I make it nice because this is the part that I really look forward to. And I think if you pepper everyday chores and tasks and, sort of adulting responsibilities with enjoyable elements, and you kind of make it enjoyable, on TikTok they would say if you romanticize it, that makes it that much more likely that you're going to want to do it and that you're going to look forward to it. So maybe that seems a little bit extra, but for me it's the thing that helps me to stay consistent. So I really look forward to getting cozy. I usually do this in the morning and I sit down with my cookbooks. I go look at some of my favorite blogs. I go onto my own blog to remember some of my own recipes that I love, some tried and true stuff that I know that I'm going to enjoy making. Another way that I get inspiration is I will go and look at what produce is in season that time of year. So right now spring is coming. One way that I can get out of a food rut and get some new ideas for meals that I want to make is to look at what produce is going to be in season, and then I'll just search for recipes either in my own repertoire or from other people who have recipes using that ingredient. I also really do recommend for meal planning, just as a general tip, to make recipes. I know that a lot of you guys love to cook and you probably have your tried and true favorites, but at least mixing in one new recipe a week I think is a really wonderful thing to do. I love to do it myself, even though I love making my own recipes and I primarily cook my own recipes. I still love to try other people's recipes because it makes me a much more adventurous eater. It makes me a better cook. It introduces me to new cuisines and styles of cooking, and it really broadens my horizons, and it gives me something to look forward to at the end of the day as well. Like, I get so excited when I know I'm going to be trying a new recipe for the first time. I have this cookbook, which I know I talked about in the last vlog. I do have it earmarked or bookmarked or marked, and so far this has been a beautiful read. I was talking about cookbooks being a beautiful read, and someone in the comments said that this is one of those books, and I couldn't agree more. It's really well written, and the history is really interesting, and her story is really interesting. I'm thoroughly enjoying this book, and I have something funny to tell you about it that I'll tell you about in another vlog when I make one of the recipes, but yeah, very, very excited about this. And so I think that that's the power of trying a new recipe. It's a small thing that you can incorporate into your week that is for you, for your creativity, for your own just enjoyment and pleasure. And I think those things are important. So step 2 is making the meal plan. And my first tip for this is to write it down, because I always think that I'm going to remember, and then midweek, life gets busy and I'm kind of like, what was I going to do? And it's so much easier to have it written down so I can just quickly glance at it. And a tip that I have for you is not to over plan, especially when you're fresh off of the inspiration phase of step 1. It can be really easy to get so excited about all the recipes you want to make, and you will schedule in breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. I've done that, and it creates, first of all, a lot of waste, and second of all, it's not practical for your real life. It's a good idea to first think about what your actual week is going to look like. How many nights are you going to be in? How many nights are you going to be out? Are you going to be home for lunch? Do you need to pack a lunch? Think about what your week looks like and what your needs are, and then fill in the gaps. And I recommend, instead of having a dinner plan for every single night of the week, just start with like 3 or 4. That's what we do. Your number might be 1 or 2 if you like to make big batches and have leftovers for a couple days so that there's not as much cooking throughout the week. But whatever that number is, I recommend keeping it on the lower side, especially if you're new to meal planning. I do about 4 dinners for the week, and that way I have a leftovers night, I have wiggle room if we want to order out or if we want to go out to dinner, and I write all of that on the meal plans. And I'll actually show you what one of my meal plans looks like. So I was starting by doing this on notebook paper, and it was originally inspired by Emily's plan for the week, which is Emily Mariko's newsletter. She literally just takes a piece of paper, makes a rectangle, breakfast, lunch, dinner, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., and hand writes it in. And what's great about this, and the reason that I adopted the same format, is because it helps you to see where you're going to have leftovers, and it prevents overbuying. So for example, if on Tuesday night I'm having pasta night, or if I'm making chili, I know we're going to have leftovers. So that means that for, Wednesday and Thursday, I don't really need to have a lunch planned because I know we're going to have leftovers. Here's an old one that I made. Now I do it on a PDF, which I actually made for you guys, and I'll show you in a second, but I first want to show you the older one. So it's literally just a handwritten, hand scribbled, might be chicken scratch to you guys, literally a lifesaver for me. Makes perfect sense to me. But I did create a digital version of this on Canva, and I actually created a PDF that you guys can print out and use at home. So what I do is I take my inspiration list from the cookbooks and blogs and all of that stuff. I transfer it to my meal plan, which leads me to step 3, which is to make the grocery list. So I've done my inspiration session. I know exactly what I want to make this week. I write it out on the meal plan, and then I make the grocery list based off the meal plan. And I just go through the recipes that I want to make. I look at the ingredients. I write them down on the grocery list, and then I'm ready to go to the grocery store. And usually what I do is I grocery shop for the items that I need to have fresh that week, like fresh produce, frozen items, immediate things that I want to make for those recipes. But because I've also taken time to do a little bit of inventory, I'll online shop or bulk shop for the items that I know that I use all the time, and that way I can find the best deal. I like to make sure that I have all of my staples and, olive oil and spices and just the really commonly used ingredients in my kitchen. I like to have those well stocked. So having a meal plan that is inventory, meal plan, then grocery list helps me to really have a good idea of what I need to buy, so that I'm buying the things I need and not overbuying the things I don't need. That is my 3-step process. It's something that I really enjoy doing now, and I do kind of break it all up over the course of a few days instead of trying to do everything all in one day. I know that, social media shows these like reset videos, and I love them. I'm a sucker for a Sunday reset video, but I will say that it's hard for me to be super productive on a Sunday, make a meal plan, grocery shop, prep the veggies, cook, clean, do all these things, and then also feel rested on a Sunday. So what I like to do is kind of break it up. So usually on a Sunday, I will clean the kitchen a little bit because it tends to be the most empty on a Sunday. I will take some inventory. I might flip through a cookbook to get some ideas for the week ahead, and that's it. Then the next day, I usually sit down with my cup of coffee in the morning. I make the meal plan and the grocery list, and then sometimes later that day or even the next day, I will prep all the veggies, get the fridge all organized for the week, and do it that way when I have some time. So I kind of do it in little chunks, and I do find that to be a lot more helpful. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoy those PDFs. They are going to be in the description box below. And if you guys have any meal planning tips or do something a little bit different than I do, please let me know in the comments. I've got some editing to get to, so I'm going to go do that, and I will see you guys in a bit. 2 very exciting apartment developments. This bookshelf up and running. We'll get to that in 1 second, because first, we officially have a bed. This is a brand new mattress, a brand new bed, and it is so comfy. I brought my Helix mattress from LA, and we had that on the floor for a while, but now we have a king size version, and I'm absolutely loving it. I wanted to do a little before and after because we really haven't done much with the room yet. We just have our mattress here on the floor, and we're going to be replacing this and getting a king size mattress, which I'm so excited about. This has been our setup for now. I brought these nightstands from LA with me, and then this is our bedding. So this is pretty much what we've been looking at every single morning when we wake up. Got lots of beige blankets because I want to do like cream and beige tones. I really love this pillow. It's from World Market, and I love the design. It's like all cream and very serene clean and calm looking, but then it has a little bit of a textural element, which I think is nice. So this is the comforter set that I ended up going with. It has kind of an organic linen-y look to it. It looks very soft and comfortable and kind of natural. So I think that's gonna look really pretty. I think it's gonna rain, so the light might go in and out a little bit, but we are in the bedroom and I wanted to show you our new bed because we set it up last Friday and I've been loving it. I'll pop some pictures on the screen of what we're going for in this room, but when you type it into Pinterest, it's called Organic Modern, which is kind of what we're doing in most of the apartment. It's like really kind of soft, neutral colors, very cozy and relaxing color-wise, but then there's these cool kind of organic materials that look a little bit more natural. They've got some texture and they add depth and dimension, so it's not all one note. So like these ruffles and just kind of softer textures and linen-y fabrics and that kind of thing, it creates a little bit of the look of nature inside. And especially when you have that neutral color scheme with the texture and then you add some plants around, I just think it looks really pretty, having like wood and stuff indoors. Just a very cozy and calming environment, which I personally really love. We're taking our time with this room and with the office to slowly decorate it. We're not going to do too much right now, just to save some money and kind of live in a space. I feel like it's a good idea to live in a space and, you know, get to know it and see what you need and see what is actually functional and practical before you do everything all at once. So we're going to slowly grow into the space, but right now we have the most important part, which is the bed, and it is so comfortable. I teamed up with Helix to bring you this portion of the video because this is my third Helix mattress. It's by far my favorite. I personally have the Midnight Luxe, which is my favorite one, and I discovered that it would be perfect for me based on their sleep quiz. Everybody sleeps a little bit differently. I'm personally a side sleeper, and I like a mattress that's kind of in between. I don't want it to be too soft, I don't want it to be too firm. Medium is really perfect for me. So they have a sleep quiz that you can take, and they have it for single sleepers or double sleepers. You can both take the quiz if you want and find out which one of their mattresses is perfect for you. Again, mine is the Helix Midnight Luxe, and I absolutely love it. I've said it in videos before, but I don't love going to sleep. I know some people love going to bed. They look forward to going to bed. I don't like it. I know it's good for you. I love feeling rested and getting a good night's sleep. I know it's very healthy, but I'm the kind of person who just does not want to end the day. Like there's a million other things I want to do in the day. And so having a really comfy bed makes it to where I really do look forward to getting into bed, getting all snuggled up, getting comfy. And they're offering my viewers 20% off your order. So if you're looking for a mattress, definitely take the sleep quiz, try it out for 100 days to see if you like it, and definitely use the link to get 20% off your order. Hope you guys will enjoy this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on some meal prepping. I'm gonna make a detox salad and some lemon muffins. So every once in a while, I think it's fun to try new recipes, even if they're kind of similar to ones that I make a lot. And this kale salad recipe is one that is similar to one that I like to make. It starts with some massaged kale. I do that with lemon. And then this one has a bunch of good crunchy cruciferous veggies like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, purple cabbage, also has some grated carrot, some fresh parsley, and some toasted almonds. It has this really delicious ginger lemon dressing, olive oil, maple syrup, ginger, lemon, and a little bit of Dijon mustard to help it emulsify and give it some depth. The lemon and the ginger and the maple created a dressing that was really fresh tasting and a little bit sweet but still savory, and it really complemented the veggies. I made a triple portion of the dressing recipe and put half of it on the greens and then used the rest for serving over the next couple of days. I'll put this recipe in the description box below because it was a winner. I also tried a lemon poppy seed recipe that was okay. It was actually a lemon chia seed recipe and it was tasty. It had almond flour and coconut sugar, but it wasn't my favorite, so I'm not going to link that, but it was fun to meal prep muffins because they're a great grab and go option. We had some as a snack and then also had some for like easy breakfast. So this was great if you want to do like smoothies and muffins in the morning. What I liked about it is they had this like cream cheese glaze that had lemon, tiny bit of powdered sugar, and vegan cream cheese. That was so good. Nicholas has been wanting to try this sparkling water for like weeks. I got this sparkling water at a coffee shop over a week ago. A long time ago. I got a yuzu one for Nicholas because he loves yuzu, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait and try this one on camera because I've never tried this brand before. And I kept saying, no, just wait, I really want to do it on the video. And so every day he's been like, can we open sparkling water? Today's the day, babe. You can try it first. It's hibiscus and rose. Is it good?
It's really good.
It's really good. It was worth the wait?
Nothing was worth that wait.
It tastes like this bubble bath that I really like in a good way because of the rose and the floral. He wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. One of my favorite snacks right now is actually, I think, something I saw on Pinterest like as a kid-friendly snack, but I personally like it even though I'm not a kid. It's these little cucumber sandwiches. So you take cucumbers, you take vegan cream cheese, or you could do hummus, do a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning and make these little cucumber sandwiches. We had that with some crackers and bitchin sauce and it was delicious. I wanted to show you this kind of random but really fun improvement that we made to the office. Nicholas put together this bookshelf, which I will link down below, but it's where I've been putting all of my cookbooks right next to my desk in the office. Previously, all these books were kind of unpacked and just sitting on the floor, so having them up off the floor onto these bookshelves has made such a huge shift in the office. It just feels like a really creative and colorful and fun space to be in now, and I love being able to look at them, especially because I have this picture of me from when I was a kid cooking, and it really reminds me that this truly is my passion and something I've loved for basically my whole life, and I'm really, really, really lucky to be able to do this. So I love having that there on display. I also have some cookbooks on this bookshelf that I've had since I was about 12 years old, so it's a very meaningful collection for me, and having it right by my desk is just a constant source of inspiration. I also love the pop of color as well, so I wanted to show you guys that. For dinner on this night, we took the detox salad and served it with some pan-roasted pumfu and roasted sweet potatoes. We did this for lunches throughout the week as well. We just served it with some frozen veggie burgers on top and a few slices of avocado. Super quick and easy, and really just like feels good when you eat a meal like that. You just feel like you're getting so many colors, and it was delicious. So again, that recipe is below. It's also where you'll find the link to Helix if you're looking for a good mattress. There's a great discount there. I hope you guys enjoy the PDFs that I made, both the grocery list and the meal planner, and I hope this video gave you some good ideas. Please share it with a friend who might also enjoy it, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.